The Clever Farmer. Once upon a time, there was a farmer who was plowing his field. Suddenly, a bear appeared. The bear was about to attack the farmer. The farmer said, "Brother Bear, please don't kill me. Let my crops ripen first, and I'll give you whatever you ask for." The bear cunningly said, "All right, the part of the crop that grows above the ground will be mine, and the part below the ground will be yours." The farmer agreed. "Okay, Brother Bear." So, he sowed potatoes in the field. When the crop was ready, the farmer got big, tasty potatoes, and the bear got only dry leaves. The bear was very angry. This time, the bear cleverly said, "Next time, the crop below the ground will be mine, and the part above will be yours." The farmer agreed. "All right." This time, the farmer sowed rice. When the crop was harvested, the farmer got shining rice grains, and the bear got only dry roots. Now the bear was even more furious. This time, the bear wanted to teach the farmer a lesson. He told the farmer, "This time, both the crop above and below the ground will be mine, and only the part in the middle will be yours." The farmer smiled and said, "Okay." And this time, the farmer planted corn in the field. When the crop was ready, the farmer got sweet corn cobs, while the bear got only roots and leaves. The bear was utterly bewildered and ran off angrily into the jungle. Moral of the story: a decision made wisely always turns out well, but a decision made in anger without thinking often turns out to be wrong. If you enjoyed this story, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next story. The Clever Monkey and the Crocodile. By the side of a river, there was a tree. A monkey lived on that tree. The tree bore sweet, delicious fruits. In the river lived a crocodile. Soon, the monkey and the crocodile became friends. Every day, the monkey would give fruits to the crocodile to eat. In return, the crocodile would carry the monkey on his back for a ride across the river. One day, the crocodile's wife said, "The monkey eats such sweet fruits every day. His heart must also be very sweet. I want to eat his heart." At first, the crocodile felt sad, but eventually he agreed to his wife's wish. He went to the monkey and said, "Friend, come to my home. My wife wants to meet you." The monkey happily sat on the crocodile's back. But in the middle of the river, the crocodile revealed the truth. "My wife wants to eat your heart." The monkey was very scared, but he quickly thought of a clever plan. He said, "My friend, I've left my heart back on the tree. Take me back to the tree and I'll bring it for you." The crocodile believed him and took him back to the tree. As soon as they reached, the monkey quickly climbed up the tree and said, "You tried to betray me. I will never be your friend again." From that day on, the monkey and the crocodile's friendship was over. Moral of the story: no matter how difficult the situation, we should not panic. We should always use our intelligence and presence of mind. If you enjoyed this story, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next story.
The Elephant and the Ants. A long time ago, in a dense forest, there lived a proud elephant. He was so arrogant that he constantly troubled the smaller animals. One day, while strolling through the forest, the elephant came near an anthill. He sprayed water on it with his trunk. The poor ants got drenched and started running in all directions. The elephant laughed and threatened the ants, saying that he would crush them to death. The ants quietly left the place, but they did not give up. "We may be small, but there's great strength in unity. Together we will fight," they said. So one day, the ants held a meeting and decided to teach the elephant a lesson. One day, as the elephant came near the anthill and lowered his trunk to spray water again, the ants quickly climbed into his trunk as per their plan and started biting him. Now the elephant could only groan in pain. Oh. Because the ants were so small and were inside his trunk, the elephant could do nothing even if he wanted to. He was in a miserable state. What is happening to me? Please, leave me. Oh, it hurts so much. The elephant realized his mistake. He begged the ants and all the other animals for forgiveness and promised that he would never trouble anyone again. The ants were kind-hearted too. Seeing the elephant suffering, they felt pity for him. They forgave the elephant, climbed out of his trunk, and after that, all the animals in the jungle began living together peacefully. This is a beautiful and meaningful story that teaches us that pride and looking down upon others can cause trouble. It also shows that through unity and intelligence, even the weak can teach the mighty a lesson. Moral of the story. The story teaches us that being small is not a weakness. If we stand united, we can defeat even the strongest. And we should never be arrogant. If you enjoyed this story, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next story.
The hen that laid golden eggs. Once upon a time, in the village of Gopalpur, near Patna, there lived a farmer. He was very poor and could barely provide for his family. One day, he was sitting sadly near his field. Just then, a holy sage happened to pass by that way. The sage asked the farmer why he was sitting there, looking so upset. The farmer told the sage all about his troubles. The sage took out some money from his pouch and gave it to the farmer, saying, "Take this money and buy a hen." The farmer did exactly as he was told. He bought a hen with that money. The very next day, the hen laid a golden egg. Seeing this, the farmer and his wife were overjoyed. Every day, the hen laid one golden egg. But seeing this, greed crept into the heart of the farmer's wife. She wanted to become rich quickly. She spoke to her husband and said, "How long will we keep collecting just one egg at a time? Let's cut open the hen's belly and take out all the eggs at once." The farmer agreed and did as she suggested. But when they cut open the hen, they found nothing inside. The farmer's condition returned to what it was before, and both of them deeply regretted what they had done. Moral of the story: we should never be greedy. If you enjoyed this story, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next story.
The Lion and the Mouse. Once upon a time, in a dense forest, a mighty lion was sleeping soundly under the shade of a tree. Just then, a little mouse came there while playing and started running and jumping over the lion's body. Because of the mouse's mischief, the lion woke up. He sat up angrily and caught the mouse tightly in his paws. "Roar!" the lion said. "You worthless creature, you disturbed my sleep. Now I will eat you up." Terrified, the mouse began to tremble and folded his hands, saying, "Your Majesty, please have mercy on me. Forgive me. One day I will help you." Hearing this, the lion started laughing loudly. "Ha ha! You will help me? Ha ha ha! What a joke!" Still, the lion took pity on him and let him go. A few months later, some hunters came into the forest. They trapped the lion in a net. They tied him to a tree and went away. The lion tried very hard, but he could not free himself. At last, he started roaring loudly. His roar echoed throughout the jungle. At that moment, the same little mouse was passing by that way. He heard the lion's roar and immediately ran to him. The mouse began to gnaw the net with his sharp teeth. In no time, the lion was free. The lion was very happy and said, "Thank you, my little friend. Today you saved my life." The mouse smiled and said, "I told you one day I would help you." From that day on, the lion and the mouse became good friends. Moral: never underestimate anyone. Everyone might be needed someday. If you enjoyed this story, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next story.
The Clever Rabbit and the Lion. Once upon a time, in a jungle, there lived a fierce lion. Every day, he would kill and eat animals. All the animals were terrified of him. One day, all the animals gathered together and made a plan. They decided that each day, they would send one animal to the lion as his meal. But in return, the lion must stop hunting other animals in the jungle. The lion agreed to this deal. So each day, one animal was sent to the lion. One day, it was the turn of a clever rabbit. He knew that the lion would surely eat him. He was too small to fight the lion alone, but he wanted to defeat the lion using his wits. The rabbit purposely arrived late to see the lion. The lion roared angrily, "Why have you come so late?" The rabbit politely replied, "Your Majesty, I wasn't coming alone. Another rabbit was with me, but on the way, another lion attacked us and ate him. That lion claimed that he is the real king of this jungle." Hearing this, the lion grew even angrier. "Where is that other lion? Show him to me." The rabbit led the lion to a deep well and said, "That lion is inside this well." When the lion looked into the well, he saw his own reflection in the water. He thought it was the other lion. In a fit of rage, he jumped into the well to attack his enemy and drowned. Thus, the clever rabbit used his intelligence to save himself and all the animals in the jungle. Moral of the story: with wisdom and clever thinking, even the biggest troubles can be solved.
If you enjoyed this story, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next story.
The Merchant and the Donkey. A long time ago, there was a merchant. Every day he used to bring goods from across the river. He had a donkey to carry the goods. One day, the merchant loaded sacks of salt onto the donkey's back. As they were crossing the river, the donkey slipped and fell into the water. As soon as the donkey fell, all the salt dissolved in the water and washed away. When the donkey came out of the river, his load felt much lighter. The donkey liked this trick very much. He thought, "If I fall into the river again, my load will become lighter every time." A few days later, the merchant loaded sacks of sugar on the donkey's back. The donkey, acting cleverly, sat down in the river on purpose. All the sugar dissolved and flowed away with the water. The merchant saw this and became very worried. The merchant thought, "I must teach this donkey a lesson." Next time, the merchant loaded sacks of cotton on the donkey's back. Once again, the donkey sat down in the river. But this time, as soon as the cotton got wet, it became very heavy. The donkey found it very difficult to carry the load. Somehow, the donkey managed to get out of the river. His load was now twice as heavy as before. The donkey realized that being too clever was not a good idea. From that day onwards, the donkey never sat down in the river again. Moral of the story: we should never try to be too cunning. Being too clever often causes harm to ourselves. If you enjoyed this story, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next story.
The Greedy Dog. Once upon a time, there was a dog who was very hungry. He was wandering here and there in search of food. After a while, he found a big, delicious-looking bone. He was very happy and held the bone tightly in his mouth and started walking toward his home. On the way, he had to cross a river. As soon as he reached the bridge over the river, he looked into the water. In the water, he saw another dog who also had a bone in his mouth. Actually, it was his own reflection, but the dog didn't realize this. He started thinking, that other dog also has a bone. Why don't I snatch his bone too? As soon as he opened his mouth to bite the other dog, the bone fell from his mouth into the water and sank. Now he was left with neither his bone nor the reflection in the water. The dog felt very sad. He realized that he had been greedy, and now he had nothing left. He went home feeling upset and slept hungry that night. Moral of the story: greed is a terrible thing. A person who is too greedy often ends up losing everything. If you enjoyed this story, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next story.
The Wolf and the Camel. A long time ago, near the mountains, there was a river. By the side of this river lived a wolf and a camel. They were friends. The camel was gentle and kind, while the wolf was a little greedy and mischievous. One day, the wolf noticed some birds and animals coming from across the river. He saw sweet watermelon juice on their mouths. The wolf thought, "Wow! There must be juicy watermelons on the other side." The wolf said to the camel, "Brother Camel, let's cross the river. There are plenty of watermelons on the other side. Let's go and eat some." The camel agreed. He carried the wolf on his back and crossed the river. When they reached the field, both began eating the watermelons. The wolf quickly filled his stomach, but then he thought, "The camel's stomach is so big, he will eat up all the watermelons." So, the wolf came up with a naughty idea. He started smashing and throwing the watermelons. Then, he began howling loudly. The camel said, "Please don't do this. The farmer will come." But the wolf replied, "It's our habit to shout after eating." Hearing the noise, the farmer arrived with a stick. He became furious and started hitting the camel. The wolf quickly ran away back to the riverbank. The poor camel barely escaped the farmer and slowly made his way back to the river. Then both began to cross the river again. When they reached the middle of the river, the camel suddenly sat down. The wolf was shocked and shouted, "Brother Camel, why are you sitting in the water?" The camel replied, "It's my habit to take a bath after eating." Then the camel started splashing and bathing in the water. The wolf lost his balance, fell into the river, and barely swam to the shore. He regretted his bad behavior. Moral of the story: tit for tat. Bad deeds bring bad results. A true friend is one who never betrays. If you enjoyed this story, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next story. The Honest Woodcutter. In a village, there lived a poor woodcutter. Every day, he went into the forest to chop wood and sold it to earn his living. One day, while he was cutting wood in the forest, his axe slipped from his hand and fell into the river. He became very sad and worried and started crying, saying, "Now how will I cut wood?" Hearing his cries, a goddess appeared and asked him, "What happened? Why are you crying?" The woodcutter replied, "While I was cutting wood on the tree, my axe fell into the river." The goddess said, "Wait, I will bring your axe out of the river." Then she went into the water. When the goddess came out of the river, she was holding an axe in her hand. She asked the woodcutter, "Is this your axe?" The woodcutter looked at it and said, "No, this is not my axe. My axe was made of iron, and this one is made of gold." The goddess went back into the water and came out again with another axe. She asked, "Is this your axe?" The woodcutter said, "No, this is not my axe either. My axe was made of iron, and this one is made of silver." Then The goddess went into the water once again and came out with another axe. She asked, "Is this your axe?" The woodcutter happily said, "Yes, this is my axe." Seeing the woodcutter's honesty, the goddess was very pleased. She gave the poor woodcutter all 3 axes, the golden one, the silver one, and his iron axe, as a reward for his honesty. If you enjoyed this story, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next story.